Democrats, Andrew Mercier.
Hi, my name is Andrew Mercier, and I'm the BC NDP candidate here in Langley, and I think in about the past 3 months I've knocked on about 6,000 doors since January 2nd. And in that time I've heard a lot of things from a lot of people. One thing that I've heard across the board is people say that it's time for a change and they want to see a change in government. But that's not the issue I want to talk about right now, because there's something else I've heard a lot of that I'd like to address. And it's been kind of really frustrating for me to deal with. So, as much as I hear people say they want change and they want to see something different, I hear people tell me that they're not going to vote. And I hear that every day. I'm not voting. Sorry, I'm not a voter. And there's only so often that someone can say that to you before you have to start to ask why. Why don't you vote? What could we do to get you to vote? And maybe this speaks poorly of me, but when people first started saying that, I'd expected to get responses back, but not unlike the responses that Angie had mentioned, which is that people don't vote because they're ill-informed, and I found that to be completely not the case. People don't vote because they don't trust politicians. People don't vote because they don't believe the government. There has been a tremendous loss of faith and credibility in our government. And BC is a perfect example of that. In 2009, we had a government that ran and said the budget deficit was $400 million. 2 weeks after an election, we found out that it was 4 times bigger. In 2009, we had a government that said there was no HST on the table. 2 weeks after an election, they introduced an HST without even speaking about it. And we need to change this, and we need to do better. And how we do that is by saying what we're going to say and then doing it. Because this government has stopped asking itself what used to be the political questions. Is it good? Is it fair? Is it just? They don't ask if it's good. They ask if it's good for them. And they don't ask if it's fair. They just ask if it'll bring them quick wins. And they've stopped caring what it's just. They just care what the polls say. And we need to move away from that, because people intuitively understand that it's not good for them. So we're doing something different this campaign. And it's something not a lot of politicians or political parties do, which is we're telling everybody ahead of an election how we're going to pay for everything. So we're putting all the taxes, all the revenue, everything on the line before we announce any spending proposals, which you're going to see over the next couple of weeks. And we're doing that because it's time to show leadership and to start actually doing what we say we're going to do. So that's what I'm about, and that's why I'm running.